Alright, welcome to part 25 of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword playthrough. So, we got the dungeon item a little while ago. It's the whip. It's fun. It's cool. You use the Wiimote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. I want to say that the whip is probably the least used dungeon item in the game.
It looks kind of specific for this dungeon.
It kind of, sort of is. Some dungeons still, because the dungeons are actually good in this game, they still have that mentality of like we use the previous dungeon items for a similar thing. But the more dungeon items you get, the less they'll be used heavily. So if you get like, let's say we got the slingshot in. No, we didn't get the slingshot. What do we get? I'm trying to think now. Okay, the gust bells. That was the last dungeon item. The leaf blower.
Yeah.
That one you're gonna be using a lot less, just because it is a very specific function as opposed to like the beetle or the bomb bag. Same thing with the whip. They still implement them into the dungeons, but not as much as the beetle or the bomb bag. So I'm glad it's still there, but I understand why it's not. Damn it. you understand, right?
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, the whip along with that too. Very specific for this dungeon item. You can use it because when it comes to combat, the whip doesn't really do anything. Like it doesn't even stun. But if there's like an enemy,
whack him with it.
you can whack him a little bit, and it just like stops him for a brief moment. But if there's an enemy that has an item on it, you can use the whip and snatch the item away from the enemy.
I did notice that in the previous part. Yeah, you like stole a key from an enemy or something like that.
I did, yeah. And so when it comes to bokoblins that have horns that basically summon more bokoblins, you can use the whip to steal the horn, and he won't do that anymore.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
No, the chest!
No more boss key.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, no. Instead of raising the water level, we raised the big statue in the center of the dungeon. So that's cool. And you can go inside the statue. That's where we fought the mini boss. And so that's basically how you're gonna use that. It's sort of a ladder if you think about it. But that's how we can get to the bottom part of the dungeon without having to go through loopholes. Damn it. The spin underwater is cool. It reminds me of Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that takes oxygen to do. So don't spam it.
I see.
Yeah. See, right here. This is where we fought the mini boss, yeah?
Yeah.
So, now that we moved the statue down, we're now in the bottom part.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, look at that. It's clever like that. I like this. Hey, now Zelda's became Resident Evil. Oh no.
He just pulls out a pistol.
So yeah, these are zombie bokoblins. The only way you can kill them off is to do finishing strikes like that. Because if you just whack them around like so, they'll just get back up. And then they'll grab onto you like that too. Oh hey, look, an item I never use. Hooray, Collectopedia. Yeah, these enemies are kind of annoying because, you can only kill them the certain way.
Yeah.
I think they only appear here, though. Stab. And... yeah, grab the rupee.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. You can only do like one at a time.
Yeah, and you only have a certain window of time to do the finishing strike. And doing the finishing strike with button controls is odd because swinging the sword is mapped to the right stick, just so you can do specific swings on a whim. But the way to do a finishing strike is to like flick the right stick up, then down, then up in quick succession.
I do fucking fighting game combo to do that.
Yeah.
Where's the quarter circles?
The quarter circles, yeah, no. You would think it'd be clicking the stick, but that's actually to stab. That makes sense. But
I see.
yeah, but no, if you want to do a finishing strike or a spin attack, you have to do like a horizontal spin attack, left, right, left. A vertical spin attack is up, down, up. And so, yeah, you have to do that very quickly. Otherwise, the sword is not going to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. With motion controls, how it was originally meant to be, it's just swinging both the Wiimote and the nunchuck. And that's it. That sounds simpler than having to do the...
yeah, that does sound a bit easier.
Yeah, than having to do the Fighter Z combo. I don't know how it works. I drew a W. That's not a W.
That was good.
Okay, we have to loop back around now. Oh, right. The water here is poison. It curses you. You can't swing your sword. Or use
see.
Yeah, you can't do anything except walk around. So make sure not to land in the water, because water bad. At least this water. The purple water.
Yeah, the grape juice.
Oh no, it's lean. Quick, get the Jolly Ranchers. There we go. Then we go back around and do that. Yeah. Yeah, for a game that was built without camera control in mind, the HD version does give you manual camera control, and it works. But you have to hold a button down in order to do it, because the right stick is actually your sword. So if you want to use a manual camera, you have to hold, I think it was L, and then use the right stick as your camera. That's why you see throughout the entire game, like, whenever at the bottom of the screen, yeah, like that look, that's basically me holding the button down.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So, but it's there if you want it. I'm glad it's there if anybody needs it. But this originally was a game made without manual camera control in mind, and
yeah.
So it's just the little things. I think it's the... Well, actually, I think Wind Waker may have been the only game with manual camera control. I don't know about Twilight Princess on the GameCube, because I know in the Wii version it does not have manual camera control.
I think it does. I actually don't know.
I don't know about that either. Maybe in the Wii U version as well, because I know that one's built off the GameCube version, not the Wii version. Because the Wii version's idea was to basically, hey, Twilight Princess, right? Let's flip it around. Let's mirror the entire game, not just put the sword in Link's right hand.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because Link is normally left-handed, but they had to flip the game around for right-handed people.
Yeah, like, you think it would be simpler to make a model where Link just holds the sword in his right hand, but...
Yeah, dude, just like flip Link's model or something like that instead of the whole game.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, imagine, like, because now we live in, like, a world where there's 3 versions of Twilight Princess. Imagine if you're just looking up you're playing the Wii version, then you look up a guide on how to do stuff, and the room looks completely different.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, all the IGN guides and whatever have screenshots of the Wii U version now, because, you know, it's the latest one. And it looks clean, I think. I don't know. Usually these HD remasters look kind of worse than the original. It's always you always have to distinguish between each and every game. Because sometimes I think remaster just basically means like it's the same game with the same coding and all that, but it just gives the game an HD coat of paint.
Yeah.
So, just like this game. Because I don't think the game looked bad on the Wii. Although the Wii has aged a bit now. I don't know. I had this weird feeling going around. I hope you like white. That's the thumbnail right there. I hope you like the white void. Yeah. Because I was going back and playing the Wii versions, like Wii games on the actual hardware. Just like I don't know. I think as a kid we all thought, hey, this looks good. But now that we live in 2023 with like 4K and all that, oh, this looks shit. We raised the statue up, so it's no longer crushing the chest. Yeah, look at that. Now drop back down into the void. Oh, I guess we gotta save first. Yeah, and there, white void. Yeah.
My eyes!
I don't know. I just kind of had that feeling when I played a Wii game for the first time in a while, and I was like, "Oh, this doesn't look as good as I thought it did." Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, you know, we're getting better graphics and all that stuff, and that's just what our eyes are accustomed to now.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. Although, I don't know. Games kind of look the same since the PS3 days, so I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I haven't really noticed much of a graphical difference between this one and the like Wii Skyward Sword game, other than like the change of controls, obviously.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a 16 by 9. I don't know. Wii games were always weird. They didn't know whether, like the Wii system itself, didn't know whether it wanted to be 16 by 9 or 4 by 3. It just decided which one on any given day. Because I swear to God, like, growing up with the Wii, I swear it was like, it covered my entire screen, 16 by 9. But now when I play the Wii nowadays, it's in a box.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I feel like I remember playing like the Wii games I used to play and like taking up the whole screen, but then like I'd go back and play like Wii games and stuff. Like I'd come back to them years later, and it's like, this was 4:3. Was it always like this?
I don't think so. I think there's a setting on the Wii that, you know, you can switch aspect ratios, but like I don't know if it works. Because I swear I've tried it, but it's still in a box. So
yeah, I think it just kind of just chooses whatever depending on what the game wants.
Maybe. I don't know. The Wii is an interesting system. That's to say the least. Link, you're gonna get crushed by the ceiling. Link. Uh-oh. Well.
Oh no, he can't hear us.
He's dead. Look, that is flatter than flat. That's a long neck. Oh, we're still alive.
That was kind of a long neck, wasn't it?
It's funny, but you know, the statue is nice. It's a nice twist on, you know, ye old water temple from Ocarina of Time. No more water levels, just a floor. And here's Girahim yet again. You know, you could kill us right now. Just like that's the entire point, right? Just you have those little
End of the game.
yeah, you have those throwing knives, right? You can just throw it. Just throw it. Throw the throwing knife. Come on. Oh well. He's charismatic. He likes to toy with us. So that's the excuse. Oh yeah. But here's the dungeon boss, and people actually like this dungeon boss too. People also claim this is like one of the best Zelda bosses in the franchise. So yeah, another point for Ancient Cistern for being one of the best designed dungeons in the entire franchise. You know why? Because he actually hides his fucking weak point.
He actually thinks.
He actually thinks. Yeah, so basically the strategy is when he throws down his arms, use the whip to rip him off. And so yeah, eventually he'll have no choice but to use the arms that he's covering his weak point with. So rip those off, and oh, look at that. What's that? Oh, weak point. Freaking uh-oh. Stab. There we go.
Big red cherry.
You know, the more I look at it, I can see like the, you know, it's basically an automaton. What's giving it sentience is basically the whole curse thing or whatever. The curse isn't ever explained. It's just a thing for this dungeon. And that's basically, I guess, how the basement part of the dungeon got corrupted and stuff like that. So I guess it's in this boss as well. So that's what gives it its joints. And why we're gonna rip it off. Oh, yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah. I think there might be a couple videos online going into like, you know, the deep lore of the Ancient Cistern and like what his curse means for the Zelda timeline and why it never comes back in any other game or something like that. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh no. What is he gonna do this time? Oh no. It can walk now. And that's General Grievous on steroids right there.
Extra pair of arms.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now he has swords, and what you can do, I think you're supposed to do it like this, is like you take one of the swords that he gives, and then you use the sword against him, and it's the most badass thing ever. Swing that sword. I missed. I take that back.
New Final Fantasy looking different.
Yeah, just fucking go at it. Rip his arms off. His
oh my
legs.
god.
Freaking destroy that weak point. Destroy
so
it.
sick.
That is so cool. But do it again.
Do it again. I wasn't looking.
Oh yeah, stay away from this part. But if you're running low on hearts, just have him like destroy one of the pillars, and that'll spawn some hearts. Like so. I don't think it's like if he destroys all the pillars, I don't think that's the end of the world. It's like, oh
like
no,
the whole ceiling collapses.
I know, right?
And you win instantly.
I know, right? I know some games like to do that sort of environmental like damage stuff, but then I think because I've never tried it myself. What am I doing? That's the zombie. Oh, I think I was confusing the sword and the whip. That's what was going on. But no, sometimes I think if a game has this kind of environmental damage, and I don't know, we just happen to be in a parking garage, what if we shoot all the pillars and destroy all of them? Will the entire place collapse? I'd like to see some sort of detail like that, but I've never tried it personally. Alright, here we go again. Just go fucking ham on him. Dead.
It's really cool.
It is so climactic. See, I really liked Skyward Sword's presentation. Like, stuff like that is cinematic and makes you feel awesome like that. Yeah. I just wish the rest of the game were like this. Yeah, because stuff like this is awesome. It's cool to see. I just don't like that it makes you, I don't know, revisit Dungeon 1 for something stupid. Yeah, I'm thinking now that, because I said General Grievous on steroids, that made me think of, there was a Clone Wars episode in Season 1 that was like, because Grievous is a cyborg, he's not a robot, he's got the flesh parts, but he just needs a robotic body and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So there's an episode in Clone Wars where he has his, there's a secret lair of his, and he basically, he gets there to get new robot parts in each and every time. Now I think about it, or like replacement parts, but I'm thinking about it like, why couldn't he just give himself like, I don't know, the most badass robot suit ever? Like, he could have given himself 6 arms, you know, maybe. Maybe implement some laser cannons on his shoulders, you know. Freaking.
Maybe some saw blades.
Some saw blades, yeah. It'd be better than just, you know, keep giving him the same body parts over and over again. But I guess that costs money. And I guess
they're on tight budget.
Yeah, I mean, the Separatists don't like wasting money. I guess. I don't know. There's like a funny meme going around that's like basically every Clone Wars episode ever, and is basically like, shit is happening in the galaxy. We're gonna blow shit up for the next 20 minutes. Look at all these child soldiers killing all these innocent. And look, the characters that look exactly the fucking same have the best character development ever. Then they die so dramatically. And then Dooku and his spreadsheets keep failing. It's a giant green flame. So yeah, this is basically...
No, don't go into the fire!
Wait, no, go into the fire. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be much, much better. Yes.
Confirmed she died.
So this is basically the gist with the next 3 dungeons. Or this, we've already completed one of the 3. So, you know, basically how Zelda games are like, the first 3, plot point, second 3, plot point, and you know. So the second 3 is basically, we're gonna use these flames to basically add power to our goddess blade here. Because we need to make it stronger. Because the goddess sword default, what we had now, we don't have that anymore. We're getting powerful. Because the blade that we had before is not powerful enough to slay the demon, the imprisoned demise. We kind of talked over in some previous part, but there's a big freaking boss fight back in the sealed grounds that it was annoying, but basically the story context is that's the Demon King in his imprisoned state. That's not his true form. That's just how he looks because of Hylia's spell or whatever. So he looks like a sack of shit. But since he's getting free again, like the spell is losing its power, and because Girahim is up to no good, that's how the imprisoned is getting out. But the seal will only last so long, so we have to power up our sword in order to actually slay the thing for good.
Doesn't the goddess sword eventually become the master sword, or is that like a different thing?
That's a spoiler. Most people already know that. So I think you know that too, just because you said that there.